Yo, 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 what is up, everybody? How are we doing today? We're up bright and early, um, handling this 15 game slate. Obviously, Sundays typically are all early games and then one late game. Typically, getaway days for teams, ending of the series. Um, so, whew. Let's see. Sorry, just checking one thing here. We have a lot of lineups in right now. We're still getting some in. Houston and Tampa Bay. First game starting at 110. You got Joe Musgrove and Matt Andrisi. What is up, Leroy? What's up, Keith? This coffee is my lifesaver right now. Oh, it's a necessity this time of the morning. So, where am I going here? Immediately, I kind of look to some of these Tampa Bay bats. Um, Definitely like, some Corey Dickerson, who hit a home run yesterday, I believe, or 2 days ago, whenever it was. By the way, yesterday, how about that Indian stack with Carrasco? How about that, man? Who else? What about that Arizona stack? David Peralta, 4 doubles. Yasmani Tomas, 2 home runs. Jake Lamb hit a home run. If you paired those two stacks together with Carrasco, there's no way you didn't cash. No way at all. Edwin Encarnacion hit a home run yesterday. What else happened? What else happened that was pretty crazy? Or not crazy, but noteworthy. Texas stack did not do great. That one was a miss. Lance Lynn. How about Lance Lynn, though? Went out and got 46 FanDuel points. Shut down. He gave up a run in the very first inning. Other than that, nada. Nothing in that game. 7 strikeouts. We talked about the upside there. Beautiful performance by Lance Lynn. That was another one. You could have got Lynn, Arizona, and Cleveland in there and been perfectly fine. So, a lot of good things that happened yesterday. It was a good day for us over here. Yo, what is up, Techers? Glad to hear you won some money, my friend. Glad to hear it. Lynn killed it for me. Great call. I appreciate that, sir. Glad you played Lance Lynn. A little worried in that first inning, I'm not going to lie. A little worried right there. How far do I think Salazar goes today? I will say Terry Francona is a coach, a manager that is not afraid to let his guys go the full 9. So if Salazar's balling, if he's not giving up runs, he's clearly got it going. He's gonna go full 9. No doubt about God damn it, no doubt in my mind. It's one of the things I love about Terry Francona. Same with Dusty Baker. We saw Gio Gonzalez go out yesterday, have a no-hitter through 6. Gives up a run. Dusty Baker's like, go back out there and get him in the 7th. So, Bruce Bochy, same way. Brantley Chisenhall, loved it. There you go. Yep, Brantley hit a home run yesterday. A lot of good things happened yesterday, guys. So, I hope you guys all cashed. I definitely had a very, very profitable day, so I am not complaining at all. Versus White Sox this series, Kluber 64 FanDuel points and Carrasco 58. Salazar next man up. Yo, shout out to Ryan, by the way. Ryan got 4th place in a GPP last night, took home a nice sum of money. And shout out to Mr. Keon Sneed. He is a true student of the game, and he is all over Facebook. Him and Collins both, man. You see these guys. When I mean student, they're literally like 8 pieces of paper, writing down notes every day, looking at these lineups, seeing where they went wrong, seeing what's working, what trends are there. And well-deserved, sir. He finished third in the GPP last night, so Vikings fan. I had 155 last night. We're covering all games today, Tucker. Had 155 last night and didn't cash anywhere. Yeah, last night the cash lines were pretty high. The chalk went off. Obviously, the Cleveland stack, that was chalky. I don't know how chalky Arizona was, but yeah. Also, quick thank you guys to all of you that are constantly supporting the show, man. Showing up on YouTube on a daily basis. Those of you that are subscribed, I appreciate all of you. So let's jump into it. We got some people in here now. Tampa Bay and Houston. I like Corey Dickerson again as a one-off. Longoria is still a good play. And then Brad Miller, man. I think you can make a Tampa stack here. Joe Musgrove definitely gives up some home runs, especially to righties, 1.6. 2 per 9 on the road. So Dickerson, Longoria, Miller, and Souza, I think are my plays from this game. Logan Morrison is a play as well I'm interested in. So you can kind of pick which four. Oh, excuse me. You can kind of pick which four of those five. Keith says, let's just cover the early slate. No Royals on that slate. It makes me happy. Oh, man. I feel your pain, man. I'm a Giants fan. But one thing I will say, here's one thing that I recommend to you guys as well, man. Your fandom definitely suffers a little bit if you're a DFS player. You got to be able to roster against your team. You got to be able to lose that bias. And so for me, it's funny. I rarely watch Giants games anymore. There's just so many other games I'm watching, right? You can only watch so many. Used to be the Giants just every day on TV, but now, if I'm playing them, yeah, I'll watch them. But other than that, nothing too crazy. So I kind of like this top of the lineup for the Astros as well against Andrizi. I really do. Reddick, Beltran, Altuve, and Correa. I like that stack. I can get behind a little Alex Bregman as well today. Maybe some Brian McCann. So Reddick, Beltran, Altuve, Correa is a stack I can get behind. And the good thing is those two outfielders are cheap. So you can get an Altuve and Correa in there, no problem. So I do like that. Something to look for. All right, this is going to be your chalk game of the day. No doubt in my mind here. You have John Lackey on the hill. Not a guy that I'm afraid of, man. This Cubs pitching staff is not the same. They're just not as good. I just always roster whoever's pitching against the Royals. It helps a lot. I like it. I love it. So I am all on the hitters from this game, man. Kyle Schwarber, Anthony Rizzo. Mike is online. God damn it. Kyle Schwarber, Anthony Rizzo, Ben Zobrist, Miguel Montero is my stack from this game for the Cubs. So I'm all over that. I'm not going to roster Chris Bryant today. A little too expensive, and just doesn't fit that stack for me. So Schwarber, Rizzo, Zobrist, Montero, the lefties. On the Cincinnati side, man, Votto, Suarez, and Barnhart are guys I'm looking at. Definitely can look there. Zach Cozart was a late scratch for what it's worth. Patrick Kevlahan, I believe that's how you say his name, is going to insert into the lineup right in his spot. Here's a guy that he's going to be sneaky. He's not going to be high-owned at all. Scooter Gennett. If you're going to make a Cincinnati stack, I'm not opposed to having him in that stack. Not opposed to having him in that stack. So watch out for him. He has a little bit of pop in his bat. Sorry, just responding to a question real quick. Jordan Montgomery, man, this is a guy I can get behind today. So For those of you that haven't heard me say this before, Kyle Higashioka was his personal catcher down in AAA. Every time they played together, Montgomery balled out, man. He was 9-1 with a 1.7 ERA and I believe a K per 9 over 9. So he is catching him again today. This is his first ever road start. It is in Pittsburgh. So he does get the benefit of having one less batter to face. So he's going to get, obviously, that pitcher. So something to look at there. I can kind of get behind a Jordan Montgomery play today. The Pirates as a whole have not done incredibly well hitting-wise. McCutchen is still the one guy. McCutchen and Freese are the two guys, actually, that provide any worry for me from the standpoint of hitting a lefty. Other than that, there's no one on this team that really sticks out to me like, oh, damn it, I don't want to roster against him. So this is going to be a GPP play for sure. You look here and you see this ownage on left-handed bats. Has not allowed a hit to a lefty this year and has a 20 K per 9 strikeout rate. Remember, that is only in 2 starts, but it does show the dominance that he's had versus lefties so far. Unfortunately, there is only one lefty in this lineup, and that is Gregory Polanco. And he has not fared as well versus righties, but he's someone I can get behind today. It's a GPP play, of course. Don't play him in cash. Ivan Nova Revenge. So, you know what? It's really hard for me to buy into revenge narratives in baseball. I just don't know how real they are. But for what it's worth, he does know this Yankees lineup. So, most of it. So he does have that going for him. I'm not opposed to the play at all. He's not my favorite play. He's not a strikeout guy. He gives up some hard contact. So typically, I wouldn't roster that. I won't today. I won't roster it today. But I'm not opposed to it if you guys do it. We just got the Pirates lineup, or not the Pirates. The Rangers lineup in. We've had the Pirates. Duh. Boston and Baltimore. Eduardo Rodriguez, man, this guy is a K machine. What about adding Jason Hayward into that cup stack? Yeah, Jason Hayward's hot, man. He's a lefty as well. Not opposed to that either. I never know what to do with the Pirates. I have McCutchen and Freese on my season-long fantasy team. Ryan, you know what, dude? If you're going to roster Pirates against Montgomery, that's who it is. I think you just run with McCutch and Freese and call it a day. You could throw in a little Jordy Mercer as well. So that's where I would go if you're looking at that Pirates. That's Rangers line. Sorry, I thought I got another tweet in. Bogarts is leading off again. Great call by Mike yesterday, by the way. Got to shout him out. Great call by Mike. He was all over that Bogarts Jackie Bradley Jr. stack at that top of the lineup. And sure enough, Bogarts got on. Jackie Bradley Jr. hit a home run. Bam. Mike's off to the races. So, hope Mike had a profitable day as well. But I can go right back to Bogarts today, man, against Kevin Guzman. He does have some strikeout potential, but the Red Sox don't strike out. They're the best team in the league at not striking out, I would say, is how I would word that, if you know what I'm trying to say. Never mind. Benintendi's a guy I look at. Mookie Betts as well. I think a small Red Sox stack is in play today. It's not my favorite stack, but I think it is in play. Maybe some Mitch Moreland. Dude stayed hot, so going up against a righty. Always killed righties in his career. From the Baltimore side against Eduardo Rodriguez, man, you know what? I'm not going to... Maybe Trey Mancini as a one-off. Maybe Manny Machado. Other than that, maybe Adam Jones. I'm really not looking at stacking this lineup, though. Definitely not, man. I've seen the struggles that this Baltimore team has versus left-handed bats. And on top of that, this guy is a strikeout machine. I kind of like Eduardo Rodriguez today. I really do. We've rostered lefties versus Baltimore before. Who's the safest pitcher on the main? Danny Salazar, man. Danny Salazar, if you're looking for safe, don't look any farther. Highest pitcher, highest price. Yo, what's up, Mike? You late as hell, man. I contemplated on waiting to start the show for you, but I figured you weren't coming. Bogart's 239 lifetime. Yeah. Hitting leadoff, he's going to get extra at bats. I can kind of get behind that. So, let me look up where Trumbo doesn't hit lefties very well at all, Mike. He's a reverse split guy. He definitely hits righties better than lefties. I mean, he still has pop, but in terms of which side he hits better, it's always been righties. So I'm just looking here. I want to find this team stats. I want to see what the actual percentage of strikeouts Baltimore has right now. So they are Baltimore. They're striking out at 24% of their plate appearances. Almost 1 out of every 5. You pair that with Eduardo Rodriguez striking out over 8. Definitely ramped it up this year as well. So I'm all aboard the Eduardo Rodriguez train, man. Give me some of that in Baltimore. Going to be a lone guy going up against this offense. Great GPP play. Atlanta and Philadelphia. I'm on a Philly stack today, guys. I am on a Philly stack. So, a couple guys I can look at. Brock Stassi. Shout out to, I believe it's Marmar in the Slack group. I believe it's Marmar. It might be Jordan, one of the two. Anyways, this guy is from California. One of those two guys grew up with him. He's in the lineup today. Has shown some pop in limited at-bats. Absolutely killed it in spring training. If you want to go cheap at first baseman, that is a play today. You talk about Mike Foltynewitz, whatever his name is. Yo, what's up, Ant? By the way, guys, Ant and Jay just did a NASCAR video. If you wanted to do some NASCAR, head over to the YouTube page and just check that out right after this. Leak or Salazar? I go Salazar, man, if you're going safe. Why did Rodriguez only pitch an inning on the 19th, or did he come in as a reliever? I'd have to look into that. Probably a reliever. Rizzo or Votto? You know what, man? I go Rizzo. If I'm choosing between the two and I have the money to go up, I think I'd go Rizzo. But both of them are hot. Lackey's nobody to be scared of, so. Knopp and Stassi. Yeah, man. I'm on Stassi today. And then some other guys. So, I am all over Daniel Nava. Now, these numbers at home would not reflect typically what you would expect. But versus righties, he's done well. He has some good numbers this year as well. Obviously, we all remember that 2 home run game. Daniel Nava is a punt play. He's going to be very, very cheap, and I kind of like it. So, especially to Folty, who gives up home runs to both sides of the plate. So, I'm on a Nava Stassi call. I can get behind Freddie Galvis at shortstop right there. So, you can go 5, 6, 7. And then Franco, man, you can put him at 4. Let me tell you, I believe I actually have those for, if I'm not mistaken. I made a lineup. So, let me tell you. No, I have Cesar Hernandez leading off, who has been, so again, something to keep in mind, these numbers reflect power. Power. All these numbers are power numbers, and the reason that is we want the home run in fantasy. However, Cesar Hernandez is a guy that's going to get on base, and he has shown some pop this year. So I can get behind it, even though the sheets will tell you it's a red play. Dig a little deeper, know that he's been hot, and he's a guy that consistently can get on base. So Cesar Hernandez taking a step forward this year. Mikal Franco, Freddie Galvis, Daniel Nava. I went with Rizzo at first base, but I'm not opposed to Stassi at all. Addison or Galvis? Are you? If you're stacking Chicago, I go Russell, but I like Galvis if you're stacking Philly. Not opposed to that play at all. Let's see here. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Mike says he has Franco at as a one-off today. I like it, buddy. Franco's a good play today. Look at Fulte, giving up some power. Woba is bad. I mean, he's just not a good pitcher, so it can attack him. But he gives up a lot of home runs to lefties. 1.6, 50%, almost 50% fly ball rate. So I'm over that. I'm all over it. On the Brave side, I think Freddie Freeman is still an elite play, man. Zach Eflin gives up home runs to lefties, man. Gives up home runs to lefties. 2.4 per 9. High fly ball rate everywhere. He's a fly ball pitcher. High hard contact. Not a lot of Ks per 9. So Zach Eflin is he's not a good pitcher either. So I can get behind a Freddie Freeman Matt Kemp stack if you want to. I think this game is stackable as a whole. Yo, why does Detroit have 2 exotic animals named after their teams? Or 2 teams named after their animals? You have the Detroit Tigers and the Detroit Lions. Like, what makes Detroit exotic? I'm still trying to figure that out. Just a little side note. Just as I was thinking about it. On the main, what games are on the main? Let me find out. I didn't look past the Philly and Chicago game, honestly, and Cleveland. But let me tell you what games are on the main, and I'll tell you which catcher I like. It's always a punt, man. Ride with Miguel Montero. That's a good punt play. Andrew Knapp is another one. Tucker Barnhart is a punt. Alex Avila is a punt. Brian McCann, if you want to spend up a little bit. But I'm personally riding Miguel Montero only because I got a Cub stack. So they're bad water. Shit. The Pistons is a what is a piston? The fuck is a piston? Is that an exotic animal too? I know it looks like a horse kind of thing, but I didn't realize it was an exotic animal. Anyways, Red Wings. Yeah, I don't know. I guess Detroit's an exotic place. Maybe they have a nice zoo. I don't know. Cars. Yeah, they should have been like the Detroit Fords or the Detroit Chevys. A gun, surely. Yeah, I thought it was a gun, but I could be wrong. Their mascot looks like a horse, so. I love the show. So Michael Fulmer, man, this dude is a good pitcher. If you are looking to get away from Salazar, I think the next safest pitcher on the slate is Michael Fulmer. There is already some There's already some bad blood in this game. Real quick, Vikings fan. So in your Philly stack, you have Hernandez, Nava, and who? And that is Cesar Hernandez, Daniel Nava, Mikhail Franco, and Freddie Galvis. So 3 lefties. Nothing exotic about Detroit. Yeah, I was struggling to figure that out myself, man. But Detroit and Minnesota, I like Fulmer a lot today. I think he's the next safest pitcher after Salazar. Does he have the highest upside? No. His strikeouts are not quite where I want them to be, but you want to talk about safe. I think he's a solid pitcher. Doesn't give up a lot of fly balls. Doesn't give up a ton of hard contact. Not a lot of home runs either. So definitely some good things about Michael Fulmer today. Kyle Gibson, on the other hand, does not strike out anybody at all. So he's a guy I can target, but he is target to play against, by the way. A pure contact pitcher, man. Doesn't give up a ton of fly balls, doesn't give up a ton of hard contact. WOB is not very high. Average against him is not incredibly high. So he's a contact pitcher, man. But you guys know how I feel about contact pitchers. You guys know how I feel about contact pitchers. I won't roster him. So I can look at maybe a Justin Upton, who's been heating up a little bit. Alex Avila's a punt play. Hits righties well. Maybe some Ian Kinsler, Nick Castellanos. Obviously, Miggy's on the DL. On the Twins side, again, I'm not really going to stack against him. If you want a one-off, I think Miguel Sano is probably pissed the fuck off. So you can look there. Max Kepler as well. I think both these guys have the potential. Brian Dozier. This Twins lineup still has potential, man. It's just I don't want to attack Michael Fulmer today, so you won't see a stack from me there. Cleveland and Chicago White Sox, man. So I don't think there's anything more that needs to be said here. Don't let these red scare you off of Danny Salazar, man. Envious says, I think Minnesota shells Fulmer. Going to be interesting, man. They do have potential. For sure. I won't stack it, but I won't stop you either. Danny Salazar, man. Elite strikeout guy. Elite. I mean, these strikeout numbers are proven over time. Probably the best strikeout pitcher on their team. Over 10 Ks per 9 in 3 of the 5 scenarios, and I mean the other ones are 9.8. So he's right there. You talk about a Chicago team that's striking out quite a bit, top 10 in the league in strikeouts. They are. Where they at? I believe they're 10th. Yeah, they're 10th at 23%. So I can definitely target him. Like I said, Danny Salazar is your cash play of the day. He's going to be mad chalk. He's good chalk. Don't worry. Derek Holland, on the other hand, he gives it up to right-handers, man. So versus lefties, done really, really well. But versus righties, not so much. No Ks, high hard contact, high fly ball, high home runs per 9. So give me some Edwin Encarnacion and some Brandon Guyer. I'm going to stay away from Carlos Santana today. I like Guyer and Encarnacion. No Lindor for I actually believe he's a switch hitter, so he will bat from the right. But yeah, Guyer and Encarnacion, man. That's my two-man stack from Cleveland. Guyer is elite versus lefties, man. That's the entire reason he's on this team. He was brought in to face lefties. Strictly platoon. This is his matchup right here. On the Chicago side, I'm going to stay away from everybody because Salazar is my pitcher. I'm running one lineup today in the main, and Salazar is that guy. I believe this is the last game in the main slate, St. Louis and Milwaukee. Oh, man, dude. Whew. Taking a nap after this, man. Oh, Mike Leake, Jimmy Nelson, man. Jimmy Nelson gives it up career to lefties. I can look there. He's not a guy that scares me. Mike Leake. Fly ball ratios are really good. Doesn't give up a ton of fly balls, but his strikeout numbers are not incredibly high either. They're all under 7. Not exactly something I look for. I don't see that same potential that I saw in Lance Lynn. So, personally, I'm staying away from Mike Leake. But this Brew team does strike out, and if Mike Leake has his stuff working, you could see 6-7 Ks. I'm not going to bet on that, but don't be surprised. We talk about the Brewer team striking out a ton. I think Eric Thames is in play today. He has cooled off a little bit. Travis Shaw is still in play. He's consistent. Manny Pena is definitely in play, as is Ryan Braun, Jonathan Villar. I mean, a lot of this Milwaukee team is in play simply for the potency of this offense, man. Would I go Leak or take a flyer on Montgomery? If I'm going Montgomery, man. The Pirates bats don't scare me as much as Milwaukee does. If Milwaukee makes contact, that ball's flying out of the park. What do I think about VR and Thames? Yeah, man. Ryan, just start drinking again, Kyle. Man, I feel it, dude. I'm not even hungover. I'm just tired. I can go to bed until 3:30. I tried Henny for the first time last night, guys. Shout out to Theo. You guys all know who Theo is. He put me on some Henny, and had to try some of that. It is smooth. I will say that. It is a smooth drink. If Thames isn't on PEDs, he's the most jacked baseball player ever. He's got that Korean medicine, man. That's what we call it, Korean medicine. He went to Korea for a little bit and, did that ancient practices. Top potency, was that a side joke on them being on roids? Lol. Top on DraftKings for second base. You know what? Let me pull up the pricing on DraftKings. I'm a FanDuel player myself. Yo, what is up, Mo? Maurice from the sweatshop popping in. Nice to see you, buddy. Hey, watch out for tomorrow, guys. Me and Mo's going to be joining us on the Phenom. So if you guys aren't subscribed to him, go check his page out. I know he put up a video last night. Good guy, man. Excited to talk some baseball with him tomorrow. Let me find out who the top second baseman is. I like Zobrist if you can get there. I like VR. Really not much. Scooter Jenna is a punt, man. Look at Scooter Jenna as a punt if you're going to roster Cincinnati stack. Check that out. Cesar Hernandez at 3,500. You know I like that play, so look there. I don't think I'll go lower than Cesar Hernandez. Who's my favorite shortstop? My favorite shortstop... Who is my favorite shortstop, man? I like Bogarts leading off, but he's a little expensive. I do like Freddie Galvis for the cheap in that Cincinnati stack. I'm not really on Lindor. So, yeah, Galvis and... Galvis, Diaz, Aledmus Diaz is a guy I can get behind today as well against Jimmy Nelson. He's a little expensive, though. So, yeah, I can get behind a Cardinal stack here. Diaz, Carpenter, Piscotty. Definitely like that. No Gayorko today. But Diaz, Carpenter, Piscotty. And then, like I said, on the Milwaukee side, everyone's in play here. VR, Thames, Braun, Shaw, Pena. I don't think I roster Jesus Aguilar, but I do like the other guys around him. Kansas City, Texas. All right, guys, this is not on the main. Not on the main. But if you're going to play the all day, then listen up. Or if you're going to break the slates down, like I typically do, you know I like throwing in lineups at everyone because I'm a degenerate. That's what I do. Jorge Bonifacio. Who the fuck is that? Why do I feel like that's Emilio? It is Jorge. Well, I'm wrong. I don't know who it is. I don't have any stats on him. So, but your Royals lineup is Whit Merrifield, Mike Moustakas, Bonifacio, Eric Hosmer, Alex Gordon sliding down to the 6 hole. That is interesting. The Guru. Who's that one motherfucker? Rodriguez against Baltimore. Great GPP pitcher. Hey, absolutely, Nick. All over that, man. High K upside. Baltimore doesn't hit lefties well. Has good minor league power. See this? Look at this, man. We got our KC expert in the chat. Keith Doerman, man. Been in KC AAA for a few years. All right, man. So you heard it from the man himself. Jorge Polanco, punt play. He's worthy of it. Check it out. Or Jorge Bonifacio. I'm sorry. Do I want to roster anybody against Yu Darvish? No. No, I don't. So Yu Darvish is in play, man. This is the other guy. Elite strikeout stuff. Elite. And the nice thing is he doesn't give up a ton of home runs either. So all over it. Jason Hamill has some strikeout stuff as well. Damn it. But I can get behind some Texas bats today again. Especially the lefties, man. I think I'll go right back to Mazzara, Odor, and Gallo. Don't sleep on Robinson Chirinos, man. This guy usually is inserted against lefties, but he's shown some pop when he gets into that lineup. The other day he had 2 home runs, so don't sleep on Chirinos if you need a punt catcher for that slate. Coffee bean soup, man. He was a projected right fielder for the year before they traded for Soler. Yeah, I'm excited to see what Soler does in Kansas City. All right, the man himself, Kyle Freeland, versus Jeff Samardzija. 80-degree weather in Coors today. This is a fade for both pitchers. Easy. Don't roster any of these guys. Giants can hit lefties, so I'm not exactly on that. I don't think we have this lineup in. Let me check. Hunter Pence. We just got it in. We just got it. Look at that, man. And my man JC updating that Texas lineup as it came in. I saw it on my phone. But before I even got to it, man, he's on it. Eduardo Nunez, Brandon Belt, Hunter Pence, Buster Posey, Brandon Crawford, Nick Hundley. Oh, Nick Hundley back in Coors, man. Nick Hundley knows this park. Versus lefty. Check out Nick Hundley today, guys. That is a punt catcher. And then Gorky's Hernandez. So, check out Nick Hundley today as a punt catcher, man. Buster Posey's going to be expensive as hell. I think he'll be the most expensive catcher on that slate. But check that out. Philly Atlanta stack. Yep, all over that, man. Philly Atlanta. Colorado lineup is also in. We got Arizona. Look at that, man. The timing is just impeccable. Impeccable. Charlie Blackmon, DJ LeMahieu, Nolan Arenado. So I think they're going to roll with this from now on. Is Nolan in the 3 and Carlos Gonzalez in the 4. I kind of like it. Mark Reynolds, Gerardo Para, Trevor Story, and Tony Walters. Getting more lineup in. AJ Pollock and Yasmani Tomas are not in the lineup today. Interesting, interesting. So where do I go here, man? I think Pence, Posey, Hundley, even Gorky's is a punt play, so you can look there. Brennan Crawford is a reverse split guy. He does hit lefties well, so I can look there, especially in Coors. For the Rockies, man, everybody's in play here, man. Just Jeff Samardzija gives up home runs. Charlie Blackmon, Carlos Gonzalez, Nolan Arenado hits righties better than lefties. Gerardo Parra, Trevor Story still in play. I mean, you can go anywhere on this lineup today. I think you can stack this game, man. I think it's going to be a lot of runs scored. So I'm all over it, man. Go ahead and stack away here. I haven't been doing it the past couple days, but stack away on Coors. Especially because it's a small slate, man. That stack's going to be... There's no well, there is Darvish, I believe. So you're going to have to pick between Darvish and Coors. Decisions. Toronto and LA. Marcus Stroman, man, against Ricky Nolasco. Marcus Stroman, I think, will be an interesting play. He'll be contrarian because everybody will be on Yu Darvish. So I can get behind some Marcus Stroman today. Doesn't give up a ton of home runs. Not a big fly ball pitcher. Does have some strikeout potential. So check out Stroman today. I think if you want to go a Rocky stack, you're going to have to pay down somewhere. Stroman might not be the cheapest play, but I think you can look at him. Ricky Nolasco is a guy I want to target, man. If Jose Bautista's in this lineup, fire him up. Troy Tulo's on the DL, so we're going to change that. Morales, not my favorite hitting from the left, but I can see it. And Pilar, I like in the leadoff spot. On this Angel side, Mike Trout and no one else. Mike Trout's always in play, but no one else. Seattle and Oakland. Oh, man. Giovanni Gallardo and Andrew Triggs. Andrew Triggs. I can get behind some Andrew Triggs today, man. It is in Oakland, so definitely well, I mean, both these parks are hitters or pitchers parks, but Andrew Triggs has a good start to the year. He has some K upside, so I like it. Doesn't give up a ton of home runs either. So, I like that. K upside, not a lot of home runs. I'm all over that. Giovanni Gallardo, on the other hand, does not have a lot of K upside. But he pitches the contact. Not a big fly ball guy himself. So, do I go there? I think Chris Davis is still an elite one-off. Ryan Healy hit a home run yesterday. Maybe some Yonder Alonso. You can look there. Maybe some Matt Joyce. But not really going to stack against Gallardo today. Not in Oakland. Chris Davis, like I said, one-off. From the Seattle side, maybe Kyle Seager. Maybe Robinson Cano. Not really going up very many else. Techers, I've gone Salas and Ewing Cash with some cheap offensive options. I like it. What is up, JG? The big Jeremy George. Tomorrow is the big day for those home run projections. For those of you that are subscribed, you're going to get those daily. Jeremy's the man with those. Los Angeles and Arizona. So we do have this lineup in. Let's check it out. No AJ Pollock. Jeremy Hazelbaker. David Peralta. I think you can go back there again against Brandon McCarthy. Talk about a game yesterday. Talk about a game from David Peralta. Hope you guys stacked him. Goldschmidt, Jake Lamb again. Peralta and Lamb again today, guys. I'm telling you. I'm all for it. Brandon Drury. Daniel Descalso. Chris Iannetta. Don't like him as much versus righties. He's a lefty killer. And Nick Ahmed. All right, that is your Arizona lineup. So I don't think I go any past Brandon Drury. I like Peralta, and I like Lamb, really. So a two-man from that game. I need picks, so someone give me picks. All right. Los Angeles. Brandon McCarthy, there is K upside here for sure. But there's also home run potential. So you're kind of playing with fire doing that. He has the potential to get blown up very easily. So kind of pick your spots to play him. This is not a game I'm going to play him. Arizona has a over 4 run total implied. Mid-tier pitcher. I think you go with Eduardo Rodriguez, man. That's my guy. Eduardo Rodriguez. Against righties, we talk about the Dodgers killing righties, so I think you can look to a Dodger stack today. Shelby Miller is not a guy that's going to scare me, especially in a hitter's park. I like to Seager, Turner, Grandal, Jock Peterson. Maybe they might have Peterson lead off again, so that'll be interesting. Watch out for that. But some guys I like here, man. I like a Dodger stack today a lot. Not rostering either pitcher, by the way. Not doing it. Miami and San Diego. All right, dude. All right. Dan Straley. What do we say about Dan? God damn it, man. I didn't roster him in the main, and I'm mad at myself. I should have taken that flyer on him. But Dan Straley went out and had himself a game. Dan Straley had himself a game. If you didn't roster him in the late, you had 0 chance. And if you rostered him in the main, you were probably sitting super pretty. So, Dan Straley, damn it, man. We were on that play yesterday, and I didn't play him. I don't know if Mike did, but damn it. That dude went out and balled. Yeah, I'm not going to go after either of these pitchers today. I'm not going to roster either, I should say. Luis Perdomo is not a good pitcher. Not a good pitcher. Let's just put it that way. Tom Kohler is a better pitcher than Perdomo. Does have a little bit of strikeout potential. Not where I want it. Good, safe, cheap pitchers. That is a oxymoron, my friend. There is no such thing as a good, safe, cheap pitcher. They're cheap for a reason. But safe is Danny Salazar and Yu Darvish. So, Miami side, Giancarlo Stanton, staying hot. Check him out again, man. I'm telling you guys, when he's hot and on, bam. We were on him, 2 weeks ago when he was just getting started. Ride that train. Ride that train. Yelich he didn't do well yesterday, but he has been hot. I can go back there again, especially against Perdomo. He gives up 2 home runs per 9 to lefties. So Yelich in play, Bour in play if he plays. No to D. Gordon, but check out Yelich and Bour. Those are 2 plays with Stanton. On the San Diego side, Will Myers is still an elite play. Ryan Schimpf is home run or nothing. So other than that, Austin Hedges though. What about Austin Hedges, man? That is a guy I think you can look at. This guy's coming out of nowhere. Has some pop in his bat. So check Austin Hedges out as well. And your last game of the night. I hope this game brings me some money, man. I have a Mets fan. Again, you guys know. Michael Cruz. I shot him out yesterday. But Gio went out bald. He won me the series already. We have a kicker for the sweep. So if Max brings us home in New York, nonetheless, Mike's going to be sending Kyle some money. I'll be excited to see that. So don't worry, Mike. I'll be on Facebook all day tagging you, buddy. Max Elite K guy. Cespedes is out for the weekend. And Wilmer Flores is on the DL, so that's going to be Jay Bruce. And we'll see some TJ Rivera at third base. Thoughts on Matt Kemp? Yeah, Matt Kemp's in play. Talked about him with that Freddie Freeman stack. So, Washington, man, I'm not 100% sure if they're going to put Trey Turner in the lineup. I think they will. I just don't know if obviously that hamstring injury. He played yesterday. Not entirely sure what their plan is with him. Whether they're gonna do kind of like ease him back in or throw him back in there. So if he plays, I like him. I like a Washington stack against Zach Wheeler. Definitely some potential here to give up some home runs. So Bryce Harper, Bryce Harper, Sunday night under the lights, national TV. Bryce Harper, man, he's gonna be low owned. Actually. No, he won't. If you play in the all day, he will be. But on the late slate, he won't be loaned. But I like him. Daniel Murphy, obviously. I like Adam Eaton. I like Trey Turner. I can get behind those four. I can get behind a full Washington stack today. On the Mets side, I'm not going to stack against Max Scherzer. I'm not going to do it. I think Max Scherzer is your safest pitcher on this late slate for sure. High K upside. Always high K upside. So would I go Kemp over Schwarber? Negative, sir. Negative. But the Mets lineup's going to be filled with lefties, so check them out. Michael Conforto, I guess if you want to go somewhere, Jay Bruce. But I personally won't go there. I just like Max Scherzer today. All right, to recap, for the main, my favorite pitchers are Danny Salazar as cash. I don't look any further than Danny Salazar for cash. My GPP pitchers are Eduardo Rodriguez of Boston and Jordan Montgomery of New York. My favorite stacks for the main are the Chicago Cubs of Anthony Rizzo, Kyle Schwarber, Miguel Montero, and Ben Zobrist. I like the Philly stack of Cesar Hernandez, Daniel Nava, Mikael Franco, and Freddie Galvis. I also like Brock Stassi if you want to get a first baseman in there. Who's the other one I like? I like a Cleveland two-man of Encarnacion and Geyer. I like a Cincinnati stack against Lackey. I can get behind that of Votto, Suarez, Scooter Gennett, and Scott Schebler. I can also get behind a Houston stack. Not my favorites, these last two. But Reddick, Beltran, Altuve, and Correa, I like that top four right there. So check that out. On the express slates, we got Kansas City, Texas, San Francisco, Colorado, Toronto, LA, I believe is that 3. Let me check. I want to make sure I have my slates right. 210. No. Those are not in... All right. Do they not have Kansas City and Texas in a slate? They do not. So Kansas City, Texas, and San Francisco, Colorado are omitted on FanDuel. You can only play them in the all day. Wow. Well then. I guess if you want to play those games, you're gonna have to play the all day because they are not in the other slates. So Kansas City, Texas, San Francisco, Colorado, and Toronto, LA. These 3 games are not in any slate other than the all day. So I won't even go there. If you're looking at this last slate, Seattle, Oakland, Los Angeles, Arizona, Miami, San Diego, Washington, New York. Favorite pitcher, obviously Max Scherzer. Don't look any farther than that for cash. If you're looking GPP, I like Andrew Triggs. And I also like Brandon McCarthy if you want to take a chance there. My favorite stacks, obviously the Nationals, no doubt about it. I stack them up against Zach Wheeler. I like a Dodgers stack. If Jock Peterson leads off, I'm all over that with Corey Seager, Justin Turner, and maybe some Yasiel Puig. And lastly, I like a mini Miami stack of Stanton, Yelich, and Bohr. So that's where I would go. Those are my pitchers. Those are my stacks. Any last minute questions? We have about 15 minutes until lock. But if there are no immediate questions, I'm going to go take a nap. Nothing, no questions. All right. Well, thank you guys again for tuning in. As always, I appreciate your support. Check out, stay tuned. Obviously, we got that show with Mr. Maurice Simmons tomorrow night, or tomorrow before lock. So check that out. Late say almost impossible to have Max and Bryce. Need to find some really cheap plays. Agree. You're gonna have to find cheap plays. So, as always, if you guys are interested in signing up for these sheets, obviously we have those home run projections debuting tomorrow. So check that out. We'll get those. And as always, guys, good luck. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. That link to subscribe and join the Slack community and the Phenom community are down below. So in that description. So thank you guys. Have a wonderful day and good luck.